Back in the day, I made the biggest mistake a man can make when practicing retention. I told people about it. I hopped online, chest puffed up, flexing like some enlightened monk. Day 70, I feel like a wizard. Yo, I'm on day 100. I feel like a god. 200 days in, I can see through walls. I can feel my ancestors guiding me. You fall every single time. Not because you're weak, not because your willpower isn't enough, but because the second you start counting days, the second you start bragging, the second you let anyone know you're on this path, you are already lost. I wanted to share this post with you because this is one of the reasons that I don't disclose, days on my particular journey. As hypocritical as it may sound, it's not really any of your business. It's my path. It's not your path. And as much as I will share anecdotes and, I'm forthcoming with stories and developments in my life in respects to, where I'm going and challenges I've had and missteps here. And I don't see any tremendous utility in sitting here on my ivory tower exclaiming similar results to this individual, day 70, day 100, day 200. One of the other reasons, and I'm just going to reference this point because I think it will be helpful for a lot of you who do go into this journey seeking benefits and seeking changes in your life, is that the time frame doesn't really matter. It's all dependent on where you start from. There are some individuals who are in need of a lot more help compared to others, and they may take longer to see certain results. There may be other individuals who are in a healthy place, the endocrine system is functioning well, they're eating well, they are meditating and practicing breath work and exercising regularly, and they may see benefits in a lesser amount of time. It also depends on your genes. A really good way to think about this is if your goal or objective is to get 18-inch arms, right? And they take two random men out of the population. It is very foolish and naive and reductionist to say that it is going to take both people 60 days to achieve that kind of result. You start from different places. There are so many other variables at play. And in my opinion, the variables are more complex in this particular path. So there is no time frame. There is no time frame. And as soon as you begin to speak about the game, you lose the game. Keep your head down, lower your gaze, and it's kind of like praying in public. Nobody wants to see that. God doesn't look upon that kind of act with sincerity. Yeah. It's kind of, marketing. And again, as much as you may feel, and you could say I'm a hypocrite, that's completely fine. I feel more value in talking about other people's stories and sharing their experiences and mine from time to time. And also, where I can, objective science and spiritual insights from scripture. I believe that is what is most significant, as opposed to me seeking validation or needing your validation. The evil eye is real, and I want you to fail. You think I'm exaggerating. You think it's superstition. You think you can manifest success while everyone around you is subconsciously wishing for your downfall. Wake up. Retention isn't just a biological practice. It's not just about keeping testosterone inside your body like some science experiment. It's metaphysical. It is spiritual. It is dangerous when people know you are doing it. Because energy is real, and 99% of people, that energy is rotten and corrupted. I wanted to make this analogy, and maybe this is the most appropriate time to put it, but the more and more experience I get and the more I learn about how people react to myself on this particular path, is, if I'm going to give you the cliff notes, it's about life. It's about who holds the most life, who is most abundant in life. Now, most modern Western men are devoid of life because they're addicted to this kind of material and addicted to releasing it. That's why I believe the pendulum has swung more towards women. The order of things is out of alignment, and you can see that by the modern dating sexual market as it stands anyway. Divorce up 60%, usually initiated by the woman. Why? Because they hold the frame in the relationship. The man has lost control. They've lost their frame. They've lost their contingency with their own character. They've lost their congruence. They've lost their alignment. And I believe alignment is predicated on how much life you have inside of your body. Now, women only lose an egg every month, but men are losing far more than just that in the space of a day, in the space of a couple hours for some men. And the reality is that when you hold more of this life in you, it pulls people into your inner atmosphere. And the reason I bring this up is he brought up the phrase rotten. If you're think about fruit, and this was the example that, or the analogy I was going to give you, is imagine you've got, two apples, and one is nice and green and ripe, and as soon as you bite into that apple, there's going to be a nice crunch and a nice flavor. It's very, very attractive if it was on a bowl of fruit, right? And then you have another apple. It's been there a little bit longer. It's starting to wither away. There are brown spots, and you pick it up and it's soft, and when you bite into that, there's going to be no crunch. It's going to be mushy. It's going to be very, very sour. In a not too dissimilar way, that is how the not just women, but the universe is looking at you. You're going off. You're losing your life. You're going rotten. You're going sour inside. And it is metaphysical. It is spiritual. Don't be naive into thinking that other people cannot see this and interpret it as such. You tell someone you're on retention, and what do? They congratulate you, respect you, encourage you? No, they laugh, they mock, they try and pull you down. And even the ones who smile and act supportive, their subconscious hates you for it, because you are doing things that they cannot do. They see you standing taller, moving with purpose, eyes burning with a bright light that they don't have. They feel your aura, your presence, your dominance, and deep down their weak, depleted souls resent you for it. So what happens? They throw the evil eye, they cast stones. You start slipping, doubt creeps in, you feel the energy leak, you accidentally relapse. Coincidence? Nah. Spiritual warfare. And you just walked onto the battlefield unarmed. Retention is mystical, and you don't need to understand it. Maybe ambivalent towards that, but we'll see. People always ask, but bro, where's the science? Where's the proof? Where's the studies? Just shut up. You think science can measure something this powerful? You think some lab coat wearing nerd jerking off into tissues every night, running away with, running from, I should say, the prostate cancer boogeyman, depleted from years of chronic masturbation, is going to unlock the secrets of retention with a microscope? It's not going to happen. Transcends human understanding. This stuff bends reality. I mean, I've done my best. A quick little plug here to Masculine Gene Expression, which outlines quite a lot of the scientific rationale and studies that explain, at least from the biological and endocrine side, to why there's rationality behind these benefits, and that's I'm not sure if it might be in the link below, but one of my favorite books I've written so far, and thank you again if you've invested in that. You think it's just testosterone? Then why do monks practice it for spiritual enlightenment? you think it's just discipline, then why does everything in your life start to align when you start to do this? Why do your thoughts become sharper? Why do people sense your presence even before you speak? Why do opportunities start falling in your lap like you've glitched the matrix? Because it's beyond physical, it's beyond biological, chemical, psychological, and physics being in perfect alignment. This is energy cultivation, it's the mastery of will, divine power in human form. And for most men, they will not experience this because they're too busy draining themselves. And just a final conclusion here. Keep your mouth shut and just win. You walk this road alone. You hold your power in silence. You cultivate your energy without a single word. Because the moment the world will know, it will try and take it from you. And I will never make that mistake again. When they ask, what's your secret? You smile. You shrug. And you say, I don't know what you're talking about. It's that Fight Club idea. First rule is you don't talk about it subsequently. And again, this is a difficult thing for me to particularly practice because I'm shedding light on this particular subject. I believe I've done more benefit than hurt in this regard, and it's very heartwarming to hear that people are experiencing exactly what this individual was talking about at the signpost to one of my videos. Yeah, just really, really nice to hear. But I think there is merit for a lot of you gentlemen in, keeping this close to the chest, keeping your cards close to the chest, and the universe rewards you for that. There is great benefit in humility, and that is certainly not a theory. That is a fact. Speak soon.